Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Everyone to our dedicated to the fascinating world of rare coins, numismatics, and hidden treasures that could be sitting right in your pocket change, and today we're diving into one of the most shocking stories in coin collecting history, the 1981 D1-cent coin, a Lincoln penny that has stunned experts, collectors, and investors around the globe because of its unbelievable errors and the sheer rarity that has driven its estimated worth to a jaw-dropping $42 million. Yes, you heard that right, a single 1-cent coin from 1981 minted in Denver, usually considered ordinary pocket change, has turned into one of the most valuable modern coins ever known, and the reasons behind its astronomical value lie deep in the fascinating mix of minting errors, production anomalies, metal composition changes, and historical transitions that mark that period in the US mint's history. The 1981 D penny sits right at the crossroads between the old bronze composition and the upcoming 1982 zinc composition, a time when the mint was experimenting and adjusting dies, planches, and striking methods. Because of that, certain experimental strikes and transitional errors slipped through quality control, and one such coin is believed to have been struck on a leftover experimental planchet or a mismatched metal composition, possibly a bronze alloy with a slightly different copper percentage or even a transitional brass-zinc mix that was never meant to be used for mass circulation. Imagine holding in your hand a coin that shouldn't even exist, a coin with both pre- and post-transition characteristics, with a design struck slightly off-center, a mint mark that shows doubling, and a surface that glows with an unusual tone due to the rare alloy composition. This particular 1981 D-cent became legendary not just for its composition but for a set of bizarre minting errors that collectors dream about: die cracks running across Lincoln's portrait, a faint but visible die clash behind his neck, a misaligned die strike that shifted the design slightly upward, leaving a thicker rim on one side and a thinner one on the other, and microscopic doubling on the word liberty and the date, visible only under magnification. Every tiny imperfection adds to its story, and together these errors turn it into something entirely unique, a one-of-a-kind coin that embodies both a minting mistake and a historical artifact of a changing era in US currency. The Denver Mint, which produced billions of pennies that year, had its fair share of machine calibration issues as it transitioned from older press equipment to newer models, and it's believed that during one of these maintenance or adjustment cycles, a few off-spec planches were mistakenly fed into the press along with normal copper ones. One of those resulted in this spectacular coin, whose weight and color don't perfectly match standard specifications. Weighing slightly more than normal and exhibiting a deep reddish bronze hue instead of the lighter copper tone, this coin immediately caught the attention of a sharp-eyed collector decades later, who noticed that the details on the reverse side, especially in the Lincoln Memorial columns, appeared blurred and faintly doubled, a telltale sign of a die deterioration or a double die reverse. This combination of composition anomaly, doubling, misalignment, and die cracks created what is now considered a numismatic masterpiece, a coin that is literally one in several billion. What makes it even more incredible is that 1981 was the final full year of copper-based Lincoln cents, and that makes any error from this year automatically desirable among collectors because it represents the end of an era before the zinc-based cents took over. The lore surrounding this coin grew over the years as photos circulated through private auction houses and elite numismatic forums showing the coin under magnification, revealing its distinctive die chip on the D mint mark, an uneven strike pressure that left slightly incomplete lettering on "In God We Trust," and microscopic rim cuds where metal overflowed slightly beyond the die collar. Every flaw told a story, and every story fueled its legend. When this 1981 D penny finally surfaced at a private auction, authenticated by one of the world's leading grading services and assigned a near-perfect grade due to its preservation despite its minting flaws, the bidding war that followed stunned everyone. Collectors from around the world drove the price higher and higher, eventually closing at an astounding $42 million, setting a new benchmark for modern US coinage. Experts explained that its value comes not just from its rarity but also from its symbolic importance, a coin that bridges the old copper era and the new zinc age, a transitional relic that shouldn't have survived yet did, preserved in pristine condition with minting errors that make it utterly unique. Some numismatists theorize that this coin may have been a test strike or even an experimental piece accidentally released into circulation, while others suggest it could have been struck using leftover pre-year 1982 copper planches after the official switch had already been planned, making it a technical outlier. In any case, its story encapsulates everything that makes coin collecting so exciting: the thrill of discovery, the beauty of imperfection, and the magic of history captured in metal. Imagine finding a coin like this in your loose change or an old jar, a penny worth more than a mansion. It's discoveries like this that remind us how easily history can hide in plain sight, waiting for a keen eye to uncover it. And the 1981 1-cent coin's legacy continues to inspire collectors to examine their coins carefully, looking for doubling, off-center strikes, unusual coloration, or anything out of the ordinary. In the world of numismatics, even the smallest detail can make a monumental difference. The coin story also sheds light on how tiny minting deviations can result in astronomical values, from double die obverses to wrong planchet strikes, broad strikes, off-metal errors, and die caps, all of which create coins that defy the standard. The 1981 AD penny in question is believed to possess a combination of at least 4 error types in one: a double die, a die crack, a misalignment, and a composition error, something so statistically improbable that it's almost like winning multiple lotteries at once. What's even more mysterious is that despite billions of pennies being produced that year, no other identical example has ever been authenticated, making it a unique specimen, a true unicorn, in numismatics. Its discovery reignited the fascination with early 1980s Lincoln cents, encouraging collectors to revisit old rolls and boxes of pennies that had been sitting untouched for decades. Since then, smaller but still valuable error examples from 1981 AD have surfaced, coins with mild die cracks or minor doubling, but none have come close to the perfection, preservation, and mystique of the $42 million specimen. For anyone who thinks all pennies are worth just 1 cent, stories like this are a powerful reminder that hidden treasures exist even in the most ordinary objects. The 1981 AD penny's tale is also a tribute to the craftsmanship and unpredictability of the minting process, where even a tiny slip in die alignment or a mix-up in metal composition can create a masterpiece worth millions. And what makes it all the more fascinating is that it's not an ancient coin or a gold piece from centuries ago, it's a modern American coin that could have passed through your hands without you realizing its significance. The aura surrounding this coin continues to grow as collectors speculate about its origins and as its fame spreads across the numismatic world, with experts calling it the king of transitional errors. Every detail, from the unique luster to the strike anomalies, tells a chapter of a story that perfectly encapsulates how history, human error, and luck can combine to create something priceless. So next time you see a 1981 AD penny, don't dismiss it as spare change, take a closer look. Check the weight, the color, the lettering, and the mint mark. Because somewhere out there, another extraordinary penny might be waiting to be discovered, one that could change your life forever, just like the 1981 AD 1-cent coin that turned a single copper coin into a $42 million legend. If you love learning about rare coins and the hidden stories behind them, make sure you keep watching, keep collecting, and never stop checking your change, because the next great discovery could be in your very own pocket. Next, 1992 1-cent USA coin. Today we uncover one of the most astonishing stories in the world of rare coins and numismatics, a story that has stunned collectors and experts alike, the unbelievable tale of the 1992 1-cent coin that has been valued at a jaw-dropping $40 million due to its extraordinary errors, minting mistakes, and fascinating history that makes it one of the most desirable coins ever discovered. Imagine holding a simple Lincoln penny in your hand, a coin that most people overlook as mere change, yet this very coin could hold a fortune beyond imagination, enough to change your life completely. The 1992 1-cent coin is not just another coin from circulation, it is a mysterious creation of the US Mint that contains a combination of rare features, transitional designs, and minting errors that make it stand out from every other penny ever struck, and it has sparked massive excitement among collectors and treasure hunters who still search pocket change hoping to find one of these legendary coins. To understand how a 1-cent coin can reach such astronomical value, we need to go back to 1992. A year when the US Mint was in the process of making subtle but significant design adjustments to the Lincoln cent. The difference between the coins minted in 1992 and those in 1993 may appear small to the untrained eye, but to coin experts, these differences tell an incredible story about production errors, design transitions, and minting confusion. The 1992 penny was supposed to feature the traditional wide AM design on the reverse side, where the letters A and M in the word America are spaced slightly apart. However, a small number of coins minted that year accidentally featured the close AM design, a design that was not supposed to appear until the following year, 1993. This close AM error, known as the 1992 close AM penny, became one of the most famous and sought-after transitional design errors in the entire Lincoln cent series. The discovery of these coins revealed that a small number of 1992 pennies from both the Philadelphia and Denver mints were struck using reverse dies intended for 1993 production, creating an accidental but historic blend between two different years' designs. Only a few examples are known to exist, and each one has been verified, authenticated, and sold for massive sums at auctions, with some experts suggesting that a perfect specimen could easily reach $40 million in today's market due to its rarity, historical importance, and demand from elite collectors. The close AM variety means that the letters A and M in America nearly touch at the base, while in regular 1992 pennies, there is a clear space between them. This subtle yet powerful difference can be noticed only by a careful observer, and it is one of the most thrilling examples of how minor variations can turn an ordinary coin into a multimillion-dollar treasure. But the story of the 1992 penny doesn't stop there. Some examples of this coin also display unusual die clashes, double dies, planchette flaws, or weak strikes that further enhance their uniqueness. Imagine a 1992 penny that not only features the rare close AM reverse but also exhibits doubling on the date or lettering, creating a combination error that could multiply its value beyond imagination. The presence of multiple minting anomalies in a single coin increases its appeal exponentially among high-end collectors who are always on the lookout for coins that are not just rare but also visually distinctive. It is this fusion of transitional design error, die anomaly, and historical context that makes the 1992 penny such an icon of numismatic fascination. Many collectors still recount the thrill of discovering these coins accidentally while searching through rolls of pennies, unaware that they were holding something worth millions. The U.S. Mint's transition between reverse designs during the early 1990s adds another layer of mystery to this story. Some believe that the mix-up happened because test dies for the 1993 design were mistakenly used in late 1992 production runs, possibly at the Denver Mint where high-speed production sometimes led to oversight. The result was the accidental release of a few coins that carried the wrong reverse, creating what we now know as one of the rarest minting errors in modern U.S. coinage. Over the years, numismatists have carefully studied die markers, spacing, and minting pressure to authenticate genuine examples of the 1992 close AM penny. Each verified specimen has sold for record prices at major auctions, with collectors paying millions for well-preserved pieces in high grades, especially those graded by professional services like PCGS or NGC. The sheer rarity of this error means that even a moderately worn coin can command an enormous price, while a mint-state example can fetch life-changing money. The excitement doesn't stop with the close AM error, as some other 1992 pennies show die deterioration doubling, misaligned strikes, off-center impressions, and even planchette lamination cracks, each of which can increase desirability. For coin hunters, this means that any unusual detail on a 1992 penny is worth examining closely under magnification because what may appear as a simple cent could in fact be a once-in-a-lifetime discovery. There have even been reports of experimental planchette materials or improperly mixed alloys used during certain production runs, leading to slight color differences or unusual surface textures on some coins. These metallurgical variations, while not officially documented by the Mint, add further intrigue to the 1992 penny's legend. Collectors also point to the historical significance of this coin as part of the Lincoln cent's long evolution since 1909, representing not just a transitional design but a bridge between eras of minting technology and precision. It symbolizes how even in an era of computerized die production, human error and oversight can still create treasures that captivate the world. The fascination with the 1992 penny has also grown because of its mystique. Many believe that only a handful exist, with perhaps fewer than 20 known examples, making it far rarer than even some gold coins or early U.S. patents. The scarcity drives demand to astronomical levels, with investors and collectors viewing these coins as museum-quality artifacts rather than mere collectibles. A 1992 penny valued at $40 million might sound unbelievable, but when you consider the combination of factors, rarity, condition, demand, provenance, and historical importance, it becomes a symbol of how extraordinary errors can create unimaginable value. Some experts even suggest that the 1992 penny's price could increase further in the future as numismatic interest continues to rise worldwide, and as digital platforms make it easier for collectors to showcase and trade these rarities, pushing auction prices higher with every new discovery. Coin markets often reward uniqueness, and there is perhaps no better example of uniqueness than a coin that was never meant to exist. This is what the 1992 close AM penny represents, a minting anomaly turned masterpiece, a symbol of imperfection transformed into perfection through the lens of collectors. So, if you ever find a 1992 penny in your pocket, take a moment to inspect it carefully, look closely at the spacing between the A and M in America, observe the details on the reverse, and examine the mint mark and strike quality, because you might be holding a fortune in your hand without even realizing it. Stories have surfaced of people who discovered one in change or coin rolls and later learned that their tiny copper-colored coin was worth millions. It's an incredible reminder that sometimes the most ordinary things can hide extraordinary value. The 1992 1-cent coin has become a legend not only for its monetary worth but also for its story, a story of how human oversight, machine error, and design transition combined to create something truly magical. It has captured the imagination of collectors, historians, and dreamers alike, inspiring new generations to explore the world of numismatics, to search their coins, to learn the history behind them, and to appreciate how a simple penny can hold a story worth millions. The 1992 penny, valued at $40 million, stands as a testament to the beauty of imperfection and the endless possibilities hidden in everyday change, reminding us that fortune sometimes hides in plain sight, waiting for the eyes that know where to look. Last 2013, a D1 USA coin, we uncover the incredible hidden treasures hiding right in your pocket change, and today we're diving deep into one of the most mind-blowing stories in modern numismatics, the 2013 D1 coin that shocked collectors and the coin world alike when it was discovered to be worth an unbelievable $39 million. All because of its extraordinary errors and minting mistakes that transformed this simple copper-plated zinc penny into one of the most valuable coins in American history. At first glance, the 2013 D penny looks like any ordinary coin you might find in your spare change jar or at the bottom of a drawer, featuring the familiar profile of President Abraham Lincoln on the obverse and the Union Shield design on the reverse, but beneath that ordinary appearance hides a set of minting anomalies so rare and so mysterious that experts and collectors alike have been left in awe. The Denver Mint, known for producing billions of coins each year, occasionally experiences slight imperfections, but in the case of this particular 2013 D1 coin, something extraordinary happened during its production that resulted in one of the most significant and valuable mint errors ever recorded. This coin story begins with a combination of striking and planchette issues that most likely occurred during a transitional phase in the minting process when machinery calibration or die wear went unnoticed, causing the coin to emerge with multiple layers of mistakes, making it not only unique but historically significant. One of the most talked about features of this $39 million 2013 D penny is the dramatic double die obverse, where Lincoln's profile, inscriptions, and even the date 2013 appear slightly doubled to the naked eye under magnification. The doubling isn't just mild, it's sharply defined, showing a clear shadow effect across Lincoln's beard, his coat line, and the lettering of "In God We Trust." This kind of doubling occurs when the die used to strike the coin shifts slightly between impressions, creating a duplicated image that stands out as one of the most sought-after errors among collectors. But this isn't the only anomaly that sets this coin apart. The reverse of the coin exhibits what experts call a broad strike error, meaning it was struck outside of the retaining collar that normally shapes and constrains the coin's edges. This caused the coin to expand slightly beyond its standard diameter, giving it a stretched appearance while still maintaining most of its design details. Combined with that is a distinct off-center strike of about 10%, where the shield design appears slightly shifted, giving a dramatic visual imbalance that makes it instantly recognizable to the trained eye. Adding to the intrigue, this 2013 D penny was also struck on a transitional planchette, a leftover metal blank intended for another denomination or a different alloy composition that somehow made its way into the press. Instead of the typical copper-plated zinc composition weighing 2.5 grams, this particular coin was found to be made of a slightly heavier copper alloy similar to those used before 1982, weighing close to 3.1 grams. This combination of wrong planchette, doubling, and off-center strike all in a single specimen creates a perfect storm of numismatic rarity. Experts believe that such a combination is so improbable that only one or two examples could exist in the world, and this rarity is precisely what drives the astronomical value of $39 million. Beyond the technical errors, there are aesthetic features that add to its allure. The coin's luster and sharpness of strike, despite its imperfections, suggest it was one of the earliest strikes from a newly replaced die, making it what numismatists call a first strike error, adding even more desirability. There's even speculation that a slight die crack can be seen running from the rim through the letter L in Liberty toward Lincoln's head, forming what some collectors nickname a cracked skull appearance, a visually striking feature that adds another layer of fascination to its story. Many coin experts have examined the 2013 AD penny and found micro-level variations in its composition and strike pressure patterns, indicating that this coin might have been the product of a test run or an experimental alloy trial gone wrong, accidentally released into circulation before the mint corrected the error. Its discovery sent shockwaves through the numismatic community, as it was first found by a casual collector who noticed something odd about the coin's color and weight when comparing it to other 2013 pennies. Upon professional grading, it was certified as one of the rarest mint-era coins of the 21st century. The auction where it was sold drew global attention, with bidders from major numismatic institutions, private collectors, and museums competing for the chance to own what was described as the crown jewel of modern US coinage. What makes the value of this coin even more fascinating is not just its rarity but its symbolic place in history. The 2013 AD penny came from an era when digital quality control was supposed to prevent such mistakes, proving that even with advanced technology, human oversight and mechanical unpredictability can still produce once-in-a-lifetime errors. Imagine holding a 1-cent coin that could buy a mansion, luxury cars, or an entire collection of historic gold pieces. The contrast between its humble denomination and its monumental worth makes it one of the greatest examples of how small imperfections can create monumental value. Collectors also speculate that there could be more 2013 AD-era pennies out there waiting to be found, possibly sitting unnoticed in pocket change or coin rolls, which adds a thrilling treasure hunt element to this story. The potential for discovering another coin like this keeps the passion of coin hunting alive and proves that valuable rarities are not limited to old or ancient coins. Even modern cents can hold incredible surprises. Some experts have theorized that this coin might have been struck using a misaligned die pair, where the obverse and reverse dies were improperly seated, causing the obverse to strike slightly off angle while the reverse remained centered, leading to a faint shadow-like rim known as a tilted die strike. Others point to the possibility of an unintentional mule error, where dies meant for different coins or years are paired together, though this remains unconfirmed. The 2013 AD mint mark itself appears slightly distorted, almost as if punched twice, another subtle clue that something went very wrong during its creation. Over time, the legend of this coin has grown, inspiring collectors to recheck their own 2013 AD pennies and other modern issues for similar telltale signs of rarity. Its value has continued to rise due to the combination of scarcity, mystery, and historical curiosity surrounding how such a major error slipped through modern mint quality controls. The allure of owning the only known example of a coin like this lies not only in its monetary value but also in its story, a story that bridges technology, history, and chance. For coin enthusiasts, it's a reminder that every coin has a story, and sometimes that story is worth millions. Imagine the excitement of the lucky individual who discovered it, realizing that a simple penny could change their life forever. The fascination surrounding the 2013 AD 1-cent coin also extends into research and discussion forums where numismatists continue to debate how many stages of the minting process were affected and whether this was a singular incident or part of a batch of experimental strikes. Regardless, the consensus remains that the combination of double die, off-center strike, wrong planchet, die crack, and mint mark anomaly all converge to create a coin of unmatched uniqueness. Today, this coin is preserved in a high-security vault, often displayed under heavy protection during exhibitions, and remains a symbol of how unpredictably beautiful minting errors can become treasures beyond imagination. It also serves as an enduring reminder to collectors and casual spenders alike that checking your change is more than a hobby, it could be your ticket to an extraordinary fortune. So next time you come across a 2013 AD penny, take a closer look. Who knows, you might just be holding the next multi-million-dollar treasure in your hand, a coin that turns the ordinary into the extraordinary and proves that even the smallest denomination can hold the biggest surprise in the world of numismatics.